Hey YouTube, how's everybody doing? Well, I'm doing just fine. Thanks for asking. I guess I'll tell you a little bit about myself. My name's Tyler, 22, here from Texas. And, well, the reason why I'm making this video is because, well, something unfortunate happened. My neighbor, he passed away a few weeks ago, and, you know, they had a funeral and all that, but he had a ton of books. You know, he was, I think he fought in the Korean War. He was some kind of information specialist. I think it was I think they call it statistics, like a body counter. Statistics for the Korean War way back when. But anyways, all I know is that he's seen the shit. You know, he's been in it. You know, and he's a teacher. You know, and he's really into religion. You know, really into war. Really into, you know, all that propaganda. You know, everything that, you know, goes on. You know, he studies. And anyways, he passed away, and, you know, he left a whole bunch of books. You know, a mountain of books, probably rooms full of, you know. I don't have enough time to go through it all, but all I know is that I got a ton of books. I don't know what to do with, so I'm you know, I figure I'd just open up my own book club, you know, and, well, I got a couple books I want to show y'all. Well, let's just get with it. Here's the first one. The Lessons of Modern War, Volume 3, The Afghan and Falklands Conflict. I believe it's a copyright 1970s. And, well, anyways, this book here, I guess I'll just read the back of it. The Lessons of Modern War takes a comprehensive look at the major conflicts of our time. The first volume covers the Arab-Israeli conflicts that have plagued our region from 1973 to the present. The second volume provides a superior, up-to-date analysis of the bloody Iran-Iraq conflict and the longest war of the 20th century. The third volume examines the first naval battle and the only Soviet military defeat in Afghanistan since World War II. Written by Anthony H. Kordsman and Abraham R. Wenger. Well, anyways, he's got a lot of stuff underlined, and this guy's I think this is a really good piece of history. And, you know, there's a lot of notes, and it's very informative. You know, I'd read it myself. I just got a million books, all of them, you know, along the lines of something like this. So I figured I'd show this to you guys and, you know, try to get people to educate themselves on, you know, modern conflicts and, you know, why things the way they are, you know, why they are, you know, and these books pretty much explain that. So here's my first recommended book. Moving right along, we got the Arms Bazaar. Take a good look at that. Now this book here, I can't find this exact one on eBay. You know, I know they go for like, you know, $10, something like that, you know, but this one here is from Lebanon to Lockheed by Anthony Sampson, the authors of The Seven Sisters. This book here, I'll go ahead and just read the back for you. It's a multi-billion-dollar madness of the merchants of death. The war business is booming. Bigger bangs for bigger bucks. The international arms trade, led by Lockheed, and the escalated and mega-death capability since the days of the Crump and Noble. Now this timely and important book by renowned journalist historian Anthony Sampson shed startling new light on the multi-billion-dollar killing game. How national leaders and corporate executives are bought and sold. How influence and peddling governments are toppled, and the Arms Bazaar is a immensely readable, total fascinating look at the powerful men in the thick of a grave international crisis. This one here is in the 1970s. Table of Contents, Toys of Death, Faith of the Amador, The Great International, Faith of the Pathicists, Making of a Complex. And this, the British Dilemma. This is really informative stuff. I've never really came across these kind of books in the library before, and I get a feeling you won't find a lot of these books around. That from the 1960s and 70s. Books are always getting replaced, and I think a good place to start would be from books. Instead of getting everything off the internet. There's a lot of good stuff in these books. So book number 2. Here's another one. This one here is The Muslim National Communism in the Soviet Union. This book here is about communists, Middle Eastern studies. It's got some really good illustrations in it. I think it's written by Alexandra A. Bennington and Anders Winbush. Sorry if I mispronounce these words. There's a lot of I don't understand half the stuff in this. It's pretty complicated, but I think it's very interesting. I'll go ahead and read the back of this one too. This book goes far toward explaining the seemingly irrational attraction of many Muslims and Marxism-Leninists, beginning in the old Russian colonial empire in the Central Asia, but is also great contemporary significance in the worlds today where Muslims nationalism is a powerful political force in the Mideast and has had and continues to have a considerable ideological impact on non-Muslim underdeveloped nations of the Far East, Africa, and Latin America. Scholars and policymakers will obviously benefit from its resource and analysis, but so will anyone with serious interest in the appeal of socialist and doctrines of the Third World. In this study, Bennington and Winbush trace back the development of the doctrines of national communism in Central Asia and Caucasus. At the heart of this doctrine, as elaborated in Volga-Terra, I don't know what that word says, was a contempt. Okay. Well, you get the general idea. This pretty, and there's still, this one's actually got some good illustrations in it. Of different leaders. And if you want to get educated on history and how that ties into the present day world and present day politics, and if you really want to know what's going on, you just read these books. And this is the last book I have to share with you all. To go with the lot. This is The Crisis of Church and State. And if you want to know why this one here, I found to be the most intriguing out of it all. And it explains why we have a separation of church and state, but I see a conflict coming between the churches, religion, and, the politics of America and the global politics, and, global versus global religion, and how they coexist and how they, This one here is The Crisis of Church and State, 1050 to this one here reads, the Western concept of the separation of church and state, indeed the idea of modern state itself, grew out of centuries-long struggles between the kings and the popes of medieval Europe. Few controversies have so incredibly influenced the course of Western civilization, both past and present. The Crisis of Church and State brings to the contemporary reader the major documents of the prolonged debate, revealing the ideas behind the conflict and relating them to the practical politics of the medieval world. Among the terms recorded here are Henry IV's defiance of the papacy over the issue of the lay investiture, and the rise of the papacy of political power under the lower Pope Innocent III and Philip IV's humiliation of Boniface. Well, the author is Brian Tierney. This book here came from the 1960s, so it seems like there's a lot of studies that came out, in religion after World War II, and that's just, and this is very, very informative stuff. So if y'all are thinking about looking at these books here, you know, if you're interested in why the communists act like communists, and you know, the Orange Bazaar, and why people have to, you know, why we go to war pretty much, and you know, the money trail, you know, these books are very informative, and I'll go ahead and provide a link, you know, if you want to check them out. I'm just trying to, you know, maybe make some money off of them and educate the public too. You know, these will be posted on eBay if y'all want to check them out. You know, go ahead and look up Mr. Rebels and go from there. Thank you very much, and y'all have a nice day.